Time has
their
expired.
sacrifice.
Senator Lyons.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Assistant Minister for Health, Senator Nash. Is the Minister for Health considering means testing of bulk billed GP visits?
The Assistant Minister for Health, Senator Nash.
Thank you very much, Mr President. And the senator would be aware that this particular issue falls in the purview of the senior minister, Minister Dutton, and the senator has asked me if I was considering it. So, no, I wasn't. And I do have to say to the senator, Mr President, that Mr President, that when it comes to health, it is this side of the chamber, it is this government that is going to deliver. Insofar as I can add to my earlier comments, I will seek advice from the senior minister. But I think it's important, Mr President, for those opposite to recognise, which they may well have—
Order, Senator Nash. Resume your seat as Senator Moore is on her feet. Order. I'm waiting to give Senator Moore the call. Senator Moore.
Mr President, my point of order is on relevance. As the Minister representing the Minister for Health, the question is consideration of the means testing of bulk billed GP visits. If the Minister could have that drawn to her attention.
Order. The Minister still has 1 minute 15 remaining. I'm listening closely to the Minister's answer, and the Minister still has 1 minute 15 to address the question. The Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr President. And I did indeed answer the question. The senator asked me if I had considered. I answered directly I had not, and indicated to the chamber that insofar that I could provide further information—
Order. 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 Senator Moore is on her feet. Order. Order. Senator Moore.
Mr President, again relevance. The specific question was to the Assistant Minister for Health, Senator Nash. Is the Minister for Health considering the means testing of bulk billed GP visits? Not I, the Minister for Health.
Order. There's no point of order at this stage. The Minister still has 59 seconds remaining to address the question. The Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr President. And I have indicated to the chamber that insofar as I will seek further information to provide as necessary. What I will also indicate to the chamber is the previous Labor government that cut $1.6 billion from our hospitals. Now, the senator asks questions in relation to health, and I think it is very, very important, Mr President, that those out there in the community recognise the very real difference between what the coalition government will do when it comes to health and what the previous Labor government opposition did. Now they're in opposition, they did as the previous government. Mr President, it is this coalition government that will deliver health services. They will deliver health services to the front line as needed, as compared to the previous chaotic government we saw from the previous Labor government.
Order. Senator Lyons.
I have a further supplementary question, Mr President. And will the Minister rule out means testing of bulk billed GP visits?
Order. Order. The Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr President. Senators opposite will be well aware that the Commission of Audit was established to conduct a review of the scope, efficiency and functions of government. That will inform government in terms of future policy direction. Now, this government makes no apology for appropriate, sensible and measured policy development. We will do that in relation to health, and we will do that to ensure that we get the delivery of services to the front line where it is necessary, in complete contrast to the previous Labor government.
Order. Senator Lyons.
Sorry. I was watching the clock. I was waiting for an answer that never came.
No, you just need to ask a question. It's
Sure.
not time. Order.
So my supplementary—
It's not time for a comment. On my right.
My
on my
supplementary
right.
is—
Wait a minute, Senator Lyons. You'll get the call when there's silence on my right. On my right. On my right. On my right. Senator Lyons.
Thank you, Mr President. Why is the government hiding the details of its plans to means test GP visits until after the Western Australian Senate election?
The Minister. Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr President. And senators opposite well know that the Commission of Audit report will be considered by this government. Indeed, as the Leader of the Senate opposite, Senator Wong, when asked recently about the Henry tax review, which took 6 months for the government to make any commentary on, indeed the senator indicated that it had been considered for that period of time. So this government makes absolutely no apology for the appropriate, sensible and measured policy development that this
Senator Nash, resume your seat. I need to hear your response. Senator Nash, continue. Senator Nash, continue.
Thank you, Mr President. So this government makes absolutely no apology for developing sensible, measured, well-thought-through policy when it comes to health and indeed all areas of government, in stark contrast to the ill-thought-through policy on the run that we saw from the previous Labor